Tonight on News 5 Live, an SJC student suffers a broken hip after being bullied by his classmates. Police say an investigation is underway. Adult content creator Shaniki Hernandez is robbed during Instagram live stream. Several resignations at the Ministry of Health raise concerns. And Belizeans in Florida and Yucatan brace for Category 5 hurricane. We'll bring you up to speed with today's top stories in just a few.
My name is Hermain Vega. El Patio Grill has been using Belize Bank for over 25 years. We only use Belize Bank at our restaurant. That's why we were able to win this trip to Europe. I had never been to Europe. We found out it was Madrid and we were excited and we went to this football match. The teams reached before the game and everybody was just outside, you know. You can't explain, the noise just roared like 3 blocks down the street, but when you got in there and you saw 70,000 people in there, that was amazing. I couldn't believe it was happening. I had to pinch myself to make sure it was real, you know. Because it's a one-in-a-lifetime experience, I'd say. My lucky plus one was my son. He's 18 years old, so he was really excited and he enjoyed it as well. He said it's his best trip ever, so it's a priceless experience that we got. Belize Bank has always been there for me. Whatever transactions or whatever I need to do, they're always there for me. I would recommend everybody to use Belize Bank. It's the oldest bank in our country and they continue to do their best.
newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, October 7th. I am Elise Gayon Vernon. This past Saturday, a family in Belize took to social media to shine a light on the troubling issue of bullying among our youth. They shared a heartbreaking story about a St. John's College student who suffered a broken hip in an incident where he was allegedly bullied. This comes on the heels of another disturbing case from mid-June, where a 14-year-old boy was followed home and assaulted by his peers. We decided to dig deeper into the pervasive problem of bullying and its profound impact on the young people of Belize. Here's News 5's Brittany Gordon with the full story.
A bully is someone who repeatedly causes pain to others, whether through physical harm, hurtful words, or mean behavior. According to a recent report by UNESCO, over 30% of students worldwide have experienced bullying. This troubling trend has devastating effects on a young person's academic performance, physical well-being, and mental health. Mental health counselor Amy Jex explains how these impacts can follow victims into adulthood.
This is a trauma that you can develop. Anything that happens throughout your life can impact you. So let's say you are someone who around 10, 11, 12, your peers started teasing you, bullying you, excluding you. You start feeling maybe less than enough. Maybe you don't realize your own worth. Maybe your self-esteem gets hampered, So as you grow up into adulthood, you don't see your full potential. You might not be confident in the things you want to achieve. And so you don't get to be the person that you could be because you have these limitations that you carry on throughout your life.
Many bullying victims come from marginalized or vulnerable communities, making them easy targets of verbal or physical attacks. Back in mid-June, a video surfaced on social media showing a 14-year-old high school student in Santa Cruz Village being followed home and harassed by several peers. This alarming incident prompted police intervention, leading to the aggressors being taken into custody. Thankfully, the victim and his family managed to move past the ordeal in a peaceful manner.
What do you say to bullies?
That I take the apologize of them because everybody makes mistakes, so I take them apologize.
What do you say to individuals that have been bullied before? What do you say to them to deal with it?
Please don't be afraid for tell your parents or your family members and talk to the police or your teachers, to anybody, but talk about it.
In 1989, world leaders created the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, which seeks to ensure the special protection of children under the age of 18 years. In 1990, Belize became the 5th country in the world to ratify the CRC, pledging to protect the survival and developmental rights of children.
Of course, the ministry's position is we have zero tolerance for bullying. We are working with the management, we're working with the principal, the teachers to address this matter. We do not want our students in any of our educational institutions to experience any form of bullying. Schools must be a safe space for our students. So we're absolutely looking at that issue very closely.
On Saturday, the family of Dominique Alvarado, a student at St. John's College, took to social media to highlight the serious issue of bullying in Belize. They shared that Dominic had suffered a broken hip in an alleged bullying incident, leaving him bedridden. We reached out to the president of St. John's College, Mirtha Peralta, to understand how the school is handling the situation. While she confirmed that an internal investigation is underway, the specifics of any disciplinary action against the accused remain unclear. ACP Gilberto Romero details how the police respond to instances of bullying.
If injuries were inflicted on him, then an investigation will be carried out and those responsible will be charged. And the bullying part, then that will also be investigated.
So it could be tantamount to a criminal act?
Yes, once this person receives injuries, yes.
To get a broader perspective of how schools typically handle bullying, we spoke to Khadija Marin, the Vice Principal of Academic Affairs at Edward P. York High School.
So if a student comes in and makes a report, we have them record an incident report about whatever happened. Thereafter, we launch an investigation to find out what the details of the case are and who the culprits may be, and then from there, according to our student handbook, we have consequences based on the severity of the case. So it could range from something as simple as name calling to hazing or to internet interactions or cyberbullying. We take all of those cases seriously and they're outlined in our handbook very clearly.
Maureen explained that the punishments vary depending on the severity of the case. Students may receive demerits, detentions, suspensions, and in some instances, outright expulsion. Jex explains that there are several reasons that someone may exhibit bullying behaviors, ranging from stressful living situations, a lack of correction, or an inability to regulate emotions.
You also have those people in the middle who might just be bullies because that's how they see it as a solution. You did something bad to me, and now in response, I will do something worse to you, and other people will notice and you will feel ashamed. So that a shame I felt, I will make you feel it 10 times or 100 times. And it's a solution that they have because, you know, as people, we have emotions. And maybe we may not know how to regulate those emotions. We don't know how to deal with our anger. We don't know how to deal with our sadness. We don't know how to deal with our grief. And in that, we end up hurting other people.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
In a shocking incident, a Belize City woman was allegedly robbed while live on social media from inside her home. 33-year-old Flowayne Cullen reported to the police that during an Instagram live session, a man dressed in a battle uniform broke into her home, tied her up, and stole her belongings. Cullen, an adult content creator with over 1 million Instagram followers, suspects the intruder was after her valuable, monetized social media accounts. Here's News 5's Paul Lopez with the story.
Flowayne Cullen, also known as Shanique Hernandez, said she was robbed inside her home while going live on Instagram.
Basically, I just step on my bed and so basically I there was a situation where I'm gonna go through depression, and then I may bring my family come live with me. So and then my family then live downstairs and I live upstairs alone, and then I then have my room live on Instagram and one on my next page, and then I hear the door, and when I hear this door open, I know something wrong because I know my family, they can't go upstairs. They know that they know where they do upstairs.
She alleges that the individual was wearing a battle dress uniform like those worn by members of the GI3.
I think that my friend, I still know I'm shocked and scared, but at the same time I think that just one of my friends mess with me and they just play with me. And then he tied me up, and then he gagged me with one of my clothes, and then I like I tell you, I think that just one of my friends mess with me, but eventually he just start be rough with me, and he just tell me, he just start rough me up, and he say, "Me cannot look by his face, blah blah blah," and then long after then I realized that, oh my gosh, that's something wrong.
Cullen managed to free herself after the intruder left and quickly realized that 2 of her phones were missing. She emphasized that these phones are extremely valuable due to the monetized social media accounts they hold. Cullen's Instagram page under the name Shanique Hernandez boasts 1.2 million followers, where she creates adult content.
He told me count from 1 to 20, so I counted from 1 to 20, and it's just weird. I just really thought it was a friend. Throughout the entire ordeal, I thought it was a friend just messing with me. Yeah, and then when I finished going to 20, that when I look up and then I see my phones, my live phones, because I'm at a live on Instagram and Excite, that then I realized, oh wow, yeah, he stole my phones.
She went to the police to make a report, but this morning before we spoke with Colon, she published a social media video giving what sounded like a different account of the same situation.
I was live on my veranda. He was passing on his bicycle, and I'm like, hey, what you going? And I'm like, hey, what you going? Pull up, what you going? So I don't know he for Adams. Me don't know he for nothing. I don't know he. Yeah, like, hey, what you going? Pull up, what you want? That what I tell he. And then he came. He came to my house.
Well, this afternoon, Colon told us that she was referencing a similar incident that occurred 3 weeks ago in which she was able to retrieve her phones.
This person stole my phones 3 weeks ago.
The same person?
Yes. It's the same person. So basically, they're not after my money. They're not. I had a lot of valuable items in my bedroom, so much valuable stuff. They don't want nothing. They don't want nothing. It's my social media information, and yes, everything that they want. All of my online information that they want.
Why would they want this? What value is there to that?
It's a lot of money. Yeah, it's not. It's worth more than anything else. That's how I make a living.
Colon made a report to the police and later requested no court action and that her statement be withdrawn. She says that she fears the culprit would return to harm her. We asked the police about her report today.
We're following up on that report. Investigators out there trying to look for video footage and other evidence. That is the information we have, that 2 cellular phones were stolen. And we have no suspect at this time.
She mentioned that he was dressed in GI3 clothing.
No, I'm not aware of that detail of that report, no.
Colon has received a mixture of support and criticism on social media.
One of the big questions is, how did this individual the second time even manage to get in your home? I know the first time you hail up a friend, they invite them over, but the second time, how did that even happen?
I was live at the same time, so they were literally looking at me live and everything. Yeah.
How does this entire ordeal have you feeling?
I love my country. I love Belize. But I have to leave my country in a few hours.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A home was burglarized on Friday night in Corozal town. The culprit made off with 2 firearms. Police are now looking for clues to identify the suspect. ACP Gilberto Romero says it's 2 more firearms on the streets for the police to be concerned about.
On Friday, the 40th of October 2024, Renick Chavaria reported that his house was broken into in Corozal town. He left his house secured, and upon his return, his house was broken into and stolen were 2 firearms, a 9mm pistol and a .223 rifle. We have no suspects at this time for this burglary. It is of concern to us because that is 2 more firearms on the streets.
In another burglary, this time in Lord's Bank, a woman was injured by the culprit. Police are now looking for an individual identified as Philip Guzman for questioning in connection with the incident. ACP Gilberto Romero told us more.
On the 50th of October 2024, Ladyville Police responded to an aggravated burglary report at Carnation Street in Lord's Bank. Upon the arrival, Shania Jurgensen reported that she was at home when she noticed that someone was inside her house. There was a struggle with a male person who then inflicted injuries to Jurgensen with a knife and some scratches. Thereafter, the male person fled from the area as the complainant came out on the street to ask for help. An investigation was carried out and Philip Guzman is wanted for aggravated assault.
In Punta Gorda town, a grocer and his wife were held up at gunpoint by 2 armed men. According to police, the culprits made off with cash from the register. They are seeking 2 suspects. Here's more on that incident.
On Sunday, police responded to the report of a robbery at Mayday store in Punta Gorda town. Upon their arrival, Waking Lee reported that he was held up by 2 male persons armed with firearms. They held him up and his wife. They then proceeded to the cash pan and stole an amount of cash. Thereafter, both male persons fled from the area. We are seeking 2 suspects in regards to this robbery.
Coming up, PM says Mexico pledges increased power supply to Belize.
Sustainable development. Protecting mangroves is more than a choice. It's a responsibility. The Mangrove Friendly Development Challenge is your platform to showcase designs that harmonize development with nature. Let your innovation shine and help preserve Belize's mangroves. Register by October 15th, 2024. Visit mangrovefriendlychallenge.org to learn more.
Sbarro, the original New York pizza you know and love. Sbarro's extra-large pizzas are handmade fresh daily with San Marzano-style sauce, 100% whole milk mozzarella on a hand-stretched 17-inch dough. Available whole or by the slice, so you can simply fold, eat, and repeat.
The Statistical Institute of Belize, in collaboration with UNICEF, informs the public that they will conduct the Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey starting August 26th for approximately 14 weeks. During the survey, trained interviewers will visit randomly selected households nationwide. Each field worker will wear a mint green t-shirt with the Mix 7 logo and an official photo identification card. We thank you for your participation. For more information on the Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey, call us at 822-2207. The Statistical Institute of Belize, providing Belize with quality, objective, and timely information.
Tell me, what about our today? I recently do a Red Girl video. I get more views than Harriet. And you know one person had the nerve to post that I am not even a Red Girl? I mean, like, what that mean anyway?
Well, here what about me? Every time I go buy meat pie, and I go, so, nothing in there. Nothing.
So this is my issue. I'm over 18. I don't want no one artist. And you could believe my mama still expect me for wash dishes? Look at time for that. I don't prefer dishes. Yes.
And you, sir?
Well, I don't really got them kind of problems, you know. Ever since I switched to DJ and signed up for my unlimited postpaid plan, life stress-free. Nothing bother me or my connection no more.
MacNav Visual Strategies, where creativity meets business. Step inside our world of innovative visual solutions. From captivating graphic design to expansive wide format productions, our services are tailored to bring your vision to life. Experience the impact of our high-quality signage and billboards, embroidery, promotional items, and professional paper printing, all designed to elevate your brand's presence. Every project reflects our commitment to creativity, quality, and client satisfaction. At MacNav Visual Strategies, we transform ideas into visual realities. Get in touch today.
Every moment of every day, Crystal Water is taste you can trust.
Concerns have been raised about the departure of several key staffers, including the Drug Inspectorate at the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Over the weekend, News 5 was informed that a few employees had moved on to the private sector. We reached out to Minister of Health and Wellness, Kevin Bernard, who told us, quote, "We have no chief pharmacist, but Ms. Samira has been acting in the position and still is. Dr. Samouj, who is the Drug Inspectorate, resigned to go work in the private sector. Dr. Fidel Cuellar resigned to work in the private sector. Ms. Agassi Finnegan was seconded to us to address some legal matters, but had always said she will go practice her profession in her law firm. So she is now a private attorney at law. As an update, we had no resignations in July, one male RN in August who went to the private sector, and one RN in September whose contract ended and did not renew, so essentially not a resignation." End quote. Today, a Facebook page called Belize Marine Life posted an intriguing update titled "Stealing State Bank." The author posed a provocative question: which minister promised approval for this and why? While the post didn't give names, it referred to two key parcels of land. The first is a 16-acre section, part of the State Bank Port project, described as the heart of a much larger development. This area is surrounded by 23 acres owned by Michael Feinstein, which is currently tied up in court. The post revealed that confidential emails sent before the receivership showed a proposed 30-acre expansion in the sale to MSC Cruises. This expansion goes beyond the 16-acre port project and the 23 acres owned by Feinstein. The author suggested that this expansion was planned without Feinstein's knowledge, highlighting how OPSA, the Honduran interest, and the bank were not only trying to take control of the project, but also planning to enlarge it without his involvement. The post hinted at a, quote, "backroom deal that would have been impossible without political assurances," and questioned the cost and recipients of these assurances. Prime Minister John Briceño addressed the issue on Open Your Eyes today, stating that the government is simply trying to act as an honest broker in this situation.
I don't want to prejudice the case in any way whatsoever. All we've been trying to do is to be an honest broker. There is a massive investment. It's becoming an eyesore because nothing is happening there. And the longer we take to settle this, the worse it's going to get. As it is, I think they've already have about almost 3 acres of erosion in the washway, because nobody's there to put in the sea walls and to protect it and so forth. I've been told, I've not been there, I've been there only once with one of you, save the local investor when you went to show me, and you could see it's a massive investment. So now all of these buildings, if you don't take care of it, Ross is going to get in, it's going to go to nothing. I think we as a responsible government, it's a huge investment. If it was 2 people fighting over us, a way smaller investment, of course we're not going to get involved. But remember, successive governments have said that this project is in the national interest of Belize. When it came this started off way back under the PUP, the Musa government, when they came with a plan and to present they came to the plan to say, well, we want to purchase this because we want to do this cruise port, which was it's still very important. And we agreed to it. The UDP government, in 2 occasions, came to the House, passed legislation saying that they were Belize to support because it's on the national interest. Fast forward to our time now. Here's a dispute over a project that successive governments have said is in the national interest of Belize. We got involved as honest brokers, trying to find a compromise between the 2 groups.
Prime Minister John Briceño has returned from the historic swearing-in of Mexico's first woman president, Claudia Sheinbaum. One of their discussions centered around Mexico's power supply to Belize. Briceño highlighted that Belize is already consuming the amount of energy in 2024 that was projected for 2028, thanks to our economic growth and the increased need for cooling appliances during long heat waves. President Sheinbaum assured Briceño that she would uphold the gentleman's agreement made with her predecessor, President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, to maintain the current power supply to Belize. However, their conversation took an interesting turn, exploring the possibility of Belize purchasing power from ships that sell electricity. This could not only help us meet our energy shortfalls, but also open opportunities for Belize to buy and sell power.
There's a group in Belize right now that they've been talking to another company outside of Belize that they have these ships that have these huge plants. So they're saying that they can contract this. They have already signed an agreement with this group, and they can bring the boat, but the boat produces 80 megawatts. We can't use it. A good thing about the agreement that we have with CFE, we can buy and we can sell. So our idea was to go to them and pitch the idea, listen, it will be far easier for Belize to bring the ship to Belize. We use what we need and then we send over the rest to you at a very small margin to pay for the expenses. And they were quite excited because, like us, the Quintana Roo depends pretty much solely on tourism. Last year they had over 18 million visitors, so they can't afford the blackouts just like us. So we had a very good meeting. We set up a team that will comprise people from BL, Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Finance, I think PUC, to meet with their technical people now to start to work out how we can do this. I met the two groups. One is the Legacy Group. The Legacy Group has over 10,000 employees, and they have casinos, they have hotels, they're in the energy production, transportation of fuel, and so forth. And I met with them. They just bought the franchise for Miss Universe, by the way. And in the discussions, they wanted to talk about it, but they're looking at Belize if we could buy fuel, what we can do. But they became excited when I was telling them, because they're also in solar, in the northern part of Mexico. I told them, listen, when you look at Belize, don't look Belize, look at Central America, look at Guatemala, Mexico, look at the Caribbean. And that's, I said, presently we have an agreement with CFE. I said, we buy from them, but we could also sell. And that's when you could see immediately get excited when we could come, it's easier to come and put your installations here and sell. And also then, when I said the government owns the port now, we bought over the port. And they made, wow, we could set up a depot here, put the fuel here, and then sell to southern Mexico.
Belize is also exploring options beyond our northern border for additional electricity supply, as our consumption has exceeded projections by 4 years. The Prime Minister mentioned another potential agreement to secure more electricity for Belize. This comes after a recent discussion he had with a company outside of Mexico.
I spoke the day before, on the same Tuesday night. I met this young man from the Garza family. They are going to be providing the electricity for the 4 seasons. And their plan is to, they just want to meet because it's a big investment, they want to do it. I'm talking about the possibility of maybe they could sell electricity to Kikauka. So I explained to him, you have Kichapel, Kikauka, and San Pedro, or Ambergris Key. And with submarine cables, you could easily do that. And again, I said, but look at Mexico. Listen, we have this agreement. And they were planning to come like around December, but now they want to fast track probably sometime this month or early next month to come and look at Belize, because part of their investments also they build transmission lines, especially in the north where you have a lot of private producers of electricity and they need to get on the transmission line to CSE to distribute. He says, I said, well, right now the transmission line that we have, in the next few years we're going to max it out. We need to build another transmission line. And immediately says, that's something we do. We could come and look and maybe we can build a transmission line and then we lease it out as opposed to BL or government putting the money. So there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of excitement about Belize. And so we're working on the issues of energy. We recognize how critical, how important this is for all of us.
One of the hot topics on the morning show was the PUP's readiness for the upcoming election whenever Prime Minister John Briceño decides to call it. While he acknowledged that there's still plenty of work to be done, the PM expressed confidence that his party will perform well when the time comes. He also hinted that the elections won't be held before January 1st, but stopped short of revealing exactly when he'll make the big announcement.
We don't have National Party Council meetings by WhatsApp. We have it in person.
Yeah.
And we had over 300 people, and it was very good, and people are energized. They have seen the work that we've been doing, and the work, and yes, there's always, we need more streets, we need more roads, we need electricity expansion, water, schools, all of that is there, but they have seen the tremendous work that you have done as a government, so they're very excited and pumped up. If you left them, they won't call elections now. But we have a lot of work to do. I'm very excited about the team that we have in place. And I believe that we're going to do very well. And that whenever we call elections, people are seeing the work, they're feeling the work. But all of us always want more, always want better, and that's the way it should be.
After the break, Belizeans in diaspora brace for Category 5 hurricane. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
For a premium lubricant when you're on the go, or a premium brake fluid when you need to stop, choose the brand that's built for champions. Come to Premium Lubricants, distributed by Enrique Martinez & Sons Limited, 2 miles Philip Goldson Highway, Belize City. WhatsApp us at 606-4154.
So the doctor has given me 5 days off. How do I get paid from Social Security?
This is how Social Security works for sickness benefits. First, you must check that you qualify. You must be employed when you got sick, have made 50 paid contributions, have made 5 paid contributions within 13 weeks immediately before getting sick. To ensure that your processing goes smoothly, be sure to complete and submit your claim form within 14 days of the first day of illness.
Thanks, I get it now.
Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed.
Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
There is yet another motorcycle accident fatality that is to report on. On Sunday night, Christian Beiser was riding his motorbike on the Philip Golson Highway when he was allegedly rear-ended by a Ford Explorer. At the time, Gustavo Cardenas was the driver of the Explorer. Unfortunately, Beiser succumbed to the injuries he sustained. ACP Gilberto Romero told us more.
On Sunday, the 60th of October 2024, around 8:20 p.m., police responded to a fatal road traffic accident on the Philip Golson Highway. Upon their arrival, they saw a motorcycle with damages and a Ford Explorer vehicle with damages as well. The driver of the Ford Explorer was identified as Gustavo Cardenas, and the person driving the motorcycle was identified as Christian Beiser. Christian Beiser was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. An investigation was carried out, and Gustavo Cardenas is in custody pending charges referencing this fatal road traffic accident. The information is that the pickup hit the motorcycle from behind, causing the fatal injuries to Christian Beiser.
Last week, we told you about a domestic dispute that led to a woman being set on fire in Independence Village. Tonight, police have officially arrested and charged Travis Lopez for attempted murder. The charge comes after he allegedly poured gasoline on his common-law wife, Karima Logan, and set her on fire.
On Thursday, the 30th of October 2024, police responded to a domestic dispute at Independence Village. Upon the arrival, they saw Karima Logan with burnt injuries. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. Investigation revealed that she had a domestic dispute with Travis Lopez, who threw gasoline on her and lit her on fire. An investigation was carried out, and Travis Lopez has since been arrested and charged for the crime of attempted murder.
Last month, Hurricane Helene tore through the United States, causing chaos in several states. Now, hot on its heels, Hurricane Milton is making its presence known. On Monday, Milton ramped up to a Category 5 hurricane as it headed towards Florida through the Gulf of Mexico. We reached out to a few Belizeans living abroad to hear how they're preparing for this powerful storm. Here's News 5's Brittany Gordon with the story.
Less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene tore through Florida, Belizean American Christine Jones is bracing for another major storm. and this time it's a Category 5. Jones has been living in Florida for about 5 years, residing in Ruskin Town, south of Tampa, Florida.
This morning I spent helping my neighbors put up their shutters, and now it's my turn. I have my shutters out. They're going to help me put mine up. I was driving around trying to, make sure I got a tank full of gas earlier. I've got food, non-perishables. So I'm good for a week as long as I don't get flooded out. I have my my fire camp stove. The skills from the fire hot days in Belize come in handy. So the main concern for me is that if we don't get flooded, my roof doesn't blow off, which Hurricane Ian, I think 3 years ago, I lost a part of my roof. So I have a new roof. So I'm hoping that, that everything holds together.
Hurricane Helene was one of the most powerful storms to hit North Tampa, Florida since 1851. Leaving a trail of devastation across several states and claiming over 200 lives. Now, Hurricane Milton is making headlines, having rapidly intensified to a Category 5 storm and setting a record for the Tampa Bay area. It's expected to make landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast on Wednesday. Belizean Shadine Henry, who has called Florida her home for over 8 years, shared that in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, her family struggled to stock up on essential supplies.
It was hard to find in the stores. Water, couldn't even find water in the stores. Luckily, we found some afterwards. We have both of our vehicles full with gas, but it was hard. All the gas, I imagine by today, because we got ours filled last night. It was hard to find the gas to fill in the cars, but I imagine by today they're all gone. They're all out. We have stocked up on non-perishable items.
As the storm draws near, there's a chance it might lose some of its intensity. However, it's expected to affect wider areas, including the Yucatan Peninsula. Belizean Wendell Castillo, who has been living in Merida for almost 3 years, shared that he's decided to stay calm and not panic as the storm approaches.
But this is the first time that we've had about 4 hurricanes back to back coming to us, and this is the first one that's actually turned into a Category 5, and it's not changing trajectory. So I always make sure I'm prepared, and for the last 3 months it's been raining almost every day from since 3 p.m. until 6, 7. So just to be on the safe side, always make sure I have my stuff ready.
Castillo has lived through a Category 4 hurricane previously and believes he is adequately prepared for the approaching storm.
It's not my first rodeo, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that in the event I do get in panic, then it could be worse. But I have my windows sealed. I have enough supply. I have everything that I think I need for a hurricane. And so I'm not that worried per se.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Today, 8 resorts under the Moyono brand celebrated a remarkable milestone, their first $1 million philanthropic achievement. Since 2018, these resorts have been committed to giving back, except for 2020 when the pandemic halted global economic activities. With today's donations to those in need, they have collectively donated the funds to the community. The celebration took place at LifeNet Belize, a church-based organization in Belmopan. News 5's Marian Ali was there to capture the moment and bring us this report.
Whoever came up with the idea, I believe is inspired. It gives us the notion that all the tourism industry is doing is not only for those at the top, but we get the crumbs, and the crumbs taste nice.
The crumbs that Pastor Paul Casanova speaks of are those that 8 resorts in Belize have been giving out to needy institutions since 2018. The beneficiaries include homes for children and the elderly.
The leadership at Moyono, we don't participate in selecting those. The selections are made by the employees at our individual resorts. So you will see, if you notice the recipients here today, that they came from wide variety of locations, Dangriga, further south, Cayo, Belmopan, Cotton Tree, etc. And that's because the recipients being selected by the employees represent where the employees actually live, not necessarily where the resort is located.
Today, several institutions once again benefited from the generosity of Moyono's philanthropic efforts, as shared by the brand's Chief Operating Officer, Reynaldo Malik. Among the recipients, King's Children's Home received a generous donation of $1,500 from one of the resorts. Pastor Casanova expressed that this contribution will significantly support the home's needs.
I'm especially impressed with the fact that they have a program where it's philanthropic and we are able to be beneficiaries of it. It's unlike anything else I've seen within the business community. I think the way they have it set up speaks volume to the heart and the mind they have to reach out to the community and serve the community. We do really appreciate it.
According to Reynaldo Malik, the Chief Operating Officer of Moyono Resorts, had COVID not interrupted the workflow in 2020, this $1 million milestone would have been long realized. But the pledge continues.
We would have certainly gotten past 1 million last year, as a matter of fact. I mean, we were on track in coming off of 2019. That was then the very best year for tourism, and we were on track to enjoy a tremendous year as an industry and at Moyono as well for 2020. But unfortunately, what happened, and it set us back. But we're glad that we've now made it to the $1 million mark. And to your point, we're hoping that we'll be able to get to $2 million faster than we got to 1 million.
Malik explained that the donations come from a portion of the profits made from bookings as well as from patrons.
The moment you book a room at one of our resorts, we donate an automatic amount out of that. So the amount varies by resort because some of our resorts are different sizes than the others. So for instance, at Hopkins Bay, that amount is $1 US per night. So if you went and stayed there for 5 nights, we would donate $5 US. We put $5 US away. When you're checking out, we hope that you enjoyed your stay with us, and we ask you to match that $5. We generally get about 40% of our guests to participate in the program. So of the $1 million donated, if you want to do the math, we've contributed about $700,000 ourselves, and the other $300,000 came from guests putting some funds into the kitty, so to speak.
The effort is one that Prime Minister John Bresenio encouraged other businesses to take on as an example of not only creating jobs, but to give back to the community.
When you look at what your organization has been doing and that today you're reaching the $1 million mark, I wish that more companies can see what you're doing and that then they would be either inspired or feel a little bit shamed and say, well, no, we also have to do our part. Because there's a lot of needs.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
When we return, Belize assumes chairmanship of the Permanent Council of OAS.
Invites you to the National MSME Roadshow 2024. Join us for free workshops in marketing using AI, finance, business planning, and customer service. Connect with financial institutions for access to finance opportunities, meet with key government agencies, and showcase your business at the Roadshow Expo in an effort to get more locals to buy Belizean. We will be in Orange Walk Town, June 13th to the 15th, PG, June 27th to the 29th, Corozal, July 11th to the 13th, Benque, July 25th to the 27th, San Pedro, August 15th to the 17th, Key-Cocker, August 23rd to the 24th, Belmopan, August 29th to the 31st, Hopkins, September 13th to the 14th, San Ignacio, September 26th to the 28th, Dangriga, October 10th to the 12th, Placencia, October 18th to the 19th, and Belize City, October 24th to the 26th. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Beltrade or call us at 880-3737. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. Let's get your business on the road.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you looking for a career where success has vast potential? As an agent with RFNG Life Insurance, you'll be a part of a dynamic team that values ambition and hard work. Our agents enjoy numerous benefits, including flexible working hours, high earning potential, and thorough training programs. Why is becoming an agent important? Because you get to shape your future. You will help clients achieve their dreams, and in doing so, you'll achieve yours. Starting on your first day, you'll receive thorough training and continuous professional development. Our cutting-edge tools and resources will equip you to excel in the field. Achieving your goals as an agent is simple with our well-defined roadmap to success. We provide mentorship, performance incentive, and a vibrant community to help you stay motivated and on track. Our support network is second to none. You'll have access to experienced mentors, a collaborative team environment, and recognition programs that help you celebrate your milestones and achievements. Contact us today and become a part of something extraordinary. RFNG Life Insurance, your future, our commitment.
Belize has taken on the chairmanship of the Permanent Council of the Organization of American States, OAS, at their headquarters in Washington, D.C. During a formal ceremony on October 4th, Ambassador Victor Fernandez of Barbados handed over the ceremonial gavel to Ambassador Lin Young of Belize, marking this significant transition. Belize steps into this leadership role at a crucial time for the hemisphere. Ambassador Young's appointment highlights Belize's strong commitment to regional cooperation, democracy, and development, key principles of the OAS. In his acceptance speech, Ambassador Young expressed a deep sense of responsibility in leading the Permanent Council and reaffirmed Belize's dedication to the core mission of the OAS.
His Excellency Nestor Mendes, Assistant Secretary General, Ambassador Fernandez, and colleagues, distinguished guests, representatives, permanent representatives. It is with great humility and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today as the newly appointed chair of the Permanent Council of the Organization of American States. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the members of this distinguished body for entrusting Belize with this important role. And I extend my appreciation to our outgoing chair and his vice chair for their exemplary leadership during a challenging period of our hemisphere. I also want to congratulate our new vice chair, Ambassador Frank Mora, and look forward to working closely with him. Belize remains deeply committed to the core principles that define the OAS: democracy, human rights, security, and integral development. These principles are not just the foundation of our organization, but they are the very pillars upon which our collective futures rest. As chair, I will work tirelessly to ensure that our deliberations and actions are guided by these values. So today, as Belize assumes this chairmanship, our hemisphere, we know, is faced with multiple crises that demand immediate and sustained attention. Chief among them is the deepening crisis in Haiti. The political instability, economic collapse, and humanitarian disaster unfolding in Haiti requires our urgent attention. Belize stands in solidarity with the Haitian people and supports all efforts to stabilize the country, restore democratic institutions, and provide essential humanitarian relief. We must continue working together within this council and in coordination with international partners to ensure that Haiti finds a path towards sustainable peace and development. But in addition to these urgent political and humanitarian crises, the broader socio-economic challenges facing many of our member states must not be overlooked. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated poverty and inequality across our region, with millions of people facing unemployment, food insecurity, and limited access to basic services. The OAS has a critical role to play in supporting member states as we navigate these challenges. As chair, I will prioritize efforts aimed at eradicating poverty and fostering inclusive economic growth. We must focus on strategies that empower the most vulnerable, enhance access to education and healthcare, promote decent work, and foster resilient economies.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade is set to host a regional workshop on the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction (BBNJ) agreement for Caribbean Small Island Developing States (SIDS) in Placencia. This key workshop aims to boost understanding of the BBNJ agreement, covering the rights and obligations it entails, and providing Caribbean SIDS with the technical support they need for joining and implementing the agreement. The BBNJ agreement acknowledges the unique challenges faced by SIDS and ensures their specific circumstances are considered. It also encourages their active participation in the decision-making processes alongside other developing nations. Earlier this year, Belize made history by becoming the first Caribbean nation to ratify this vital ocean biodiversity agreement under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea.
It's a real honor to be asked to say a few words to you here at the beginning of this really important event. The UK government is really delighted to partner with the government of Belize in hosting this conference. When CEO Mai, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, asked whether we were willing to fund this event, we felt very strongly that this was an area of mutual interest in which we wanted to work together. As many of you will know, we recently had a general election in the United Kingdom which resulted in the appointment of a new government. A few weeks ago, in his very first major foreign policy speech, the Foreign Secretary David Lammy stated that the UK government will put climate and nature at the heart of our foreign policy, and that the ambition is for the UK to again become a world leader in this very important issue. And the fact that that was his very first major policy speech was on climate and nature, I think underlines just where the UK is coming from on this. Since the election, the UK has lifted its de facto ban on onshore wind in England, pledged to end new oil and gas licences while guaranteeing a fair transition of the North Sea, and has closed the last remaining coal plant, and that's all taken place in the last 100 days. The UK is very supportive of the BBNJ agreement, recognising it as an important step towards coordinated global action to tackle the climate and nature crisis. We also view it as a victory for multilateral diplomacy and the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. The UK signed the BBNJ agreement when it opened for signature on 20th September 2023. We remain completely committed to the ratification of the BBNJ agreement. and we are working to support other states to ratify through a Commonwealth Secretariat project to support smaller Commonwealth states in ratification. We really do applaud Belize for being the first Caribbean country to ratify the agreement, and I have to say you're way ahead of us that we haven't ratified yet. But this also highlights Belize's continued commitment to safeguarding 30% of the ocean by 2030 and as leaders in ocean conservation. We've partnered with Belize on a number of projects over the years, particularly in the marine economy, and I'm constantly amazed at just what is achievable here, but also what still needs to be done. The UK stands as a very, very proud partner to Belize and again commends Belize on its leadership in this area. So with that, I will let others follow on, and I wish you a very, very successful conference, and I look forward to hearing the outcomes and following what comes next. Thank you very much.
This ratification is right in line with Belize's medium-term development strategy, which zeroes in on marine conservation, stopping biodiversity loss, and safeguarding our oceans. Belize has shown its commitment through actions like the moratorium on offshore oil exploration, the ban on gill nets, and the creation and expansion of protected marine areas. These efforts highlight Belize's leadership in ocean and marine preservation across the Caribbean.
When CEO Mai, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, asked whether we were willing to fund this event, we felt very strongly that this was an area of mutual interest in which we wanted to work together. As many of you will know, we recently had a general election in the United Kingdom, which resulted in the appointment of a new government. A few weeks ago, in his very first major foreign policy speech, the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, stated that the UK government will put climate and nature at the heart of our foreign policy, and that the ambition is for the UK to again become a world leader in this very important issue. And the fact that that was his very first major policy speech was on climate and nature, I think underlines just where the UK is coming from on this.
Caribbean seas, in particular Belize, continue to play a leading role as we prepare for the entry into force of the agreement. 3 of the 13 ratifications to date are from Caribbean seas: Belize, Cuba, and Barbados. So congratulations to those states that have either signed or ratified. And of course, hint, we look forward to welcoming others very soon to the BBNJ agreement family.
Up next, Belizean athletes compete at 2024 Kotikader Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Power on with confidence. Design Depot brings you an attractive selection of GE appliances, including microwaves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, countertop appliances, and more. We understand the importance of appliances that not only endure, but also excel in performance. As your trusted GE USA authorized dealer, we stand for reliability and performance, ensuring that you can power on with confidence. Visit us today and power on with efficient, reliable, and energy-saving solutions with GE appliances from Design Depot.
Design Depot, all in one place.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal.
Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno.
Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. Many of our high school athletes have been in El Salvador for the past few days, competing in the 2024 Codicader Games. Here are some stats coming out of the games. Team Belize played against Panama in its first matchup of the basketball tournament. Sadly, they fell to Panama, finishing the game with 83 points to Panama's 98 points. Our female football team from Belmopan Comprehensive High School has been dominating their tournament. On Friday, they defeated El Salvador with 6-2. They also won Saturday's match against Honduras 5-1. Today, they defeated Guatemala 3-1. The male football team from Muffles College has been having a less pleasant experience at the games. On Friday, they were demolished by El Salvador in a game that saw Belize finish with 0 goals to El Salvador's 8 goals. They suffered another defeat on Saturday at the hands of Honduras in a match that finished with Team Belize once again not realizing any goals. Honduras finished with 4 goals. In volleyball, St. Catherine's Academy defeated Honduras on Saturday 3-1. On the same day, St. John's College male volleyball team defeated Nicaragua 3-1. Both teams advanced to the semifinals as a result. On Sunday, STA faced off against Nicaragua for a spot in the finals. Unfortunately, they fell to their opponents in a hard-fought game that ended 3-2. SJC also lost in a similar fashion to Panama on Sunday, 3-2. The games will continue over the course of the next few days, with more matches ahead for Belize, including judo and track and field. From the Kodikader Games, we bring you back home to the Belize City Civic Center, this year's home of the Inter-Office Basketball League. The season is well underway. Several played matchups were held late last week into the weekend. Team Police and Teams Customs led Friday night's matchups. Team Police in the black and white jersey, Customs in the gray and black jersey. Number 3 for Customs, Solace, with the layup on the fast break to put his team on the scoreboard. This was the first basket 4 minutes into the game. Team Police gets the turnover. Was that a kickball? In any event, he's alone on the other end and makes the basket. Number 6 for Police, Lino, with the hot hands from 3, puts his team at 9 points with Customs trailing. The first quarter ended with Team Police on top with 11 points. Customs had 8. Solace with an early 2 points in the second quarter for Customs. Smooth play here from Trap, Ramos and Jones to get the inside pocket for Police. On the other end, Saunders skillfully uses the screen to work his way to the rim and get past every defender to make the bucket. Top-notch ball playing right there. Customs could not afford to let Team Police extend their lead in the second quarter. They were unable to close the gap, but they worked hard enough to keep Police at an 11-point lead at the end of the half. Customs came out of the locker room after the halftime break with fire in their eyes and completely turned the game around in a decisive 23-point third quarter. Oliveira with a 3-point basket brings his team to 30 points and cuts down Police's lead to 6. Saunders with an open 3. He makes the most of that opportunity. That basket tied the game at 36 apiece. The third quarter ended with Customs in the lead with 42 points to Police's 40 points. Customs did not let up in the final quarter. They scored a total of 19 points. Saunders, Lino, and Oliveira were key players in the comeback. These players made most of the baskets. Customs won the match with 61 points. Team Police led through the entire first half, but ultimately lost with 53 points. Staying on basketball, we have also been following the 2024 William Dawson Sprite Basketball Tournament. On Saturday, we covered a match between Boulevard Ballers and defending champions Hard Rock Boys at the Yabra Green Basketball Court. The defending champions are in their signature yellow and white jersey. Boulevard Ballers are in blue and red. Justin Wade for Hard Rock with the layup. Boulevard Ballers Jacob Westby maneuvers his way to the rim for the layup, putting his team on the scoreboard 4 minutes into this one. Raheem Thornton showing off his skills on the other end. Dale Smith is left wide open and he makes them pay for that error. The first quarter finished with Boulevard Ballers on top with 10 points. Hard Rock Boys had 8 points. That 2-point lead was cut down to 1 point at the end of the first half. Boulevard Boys had 21 points. The defending champs had 20 points. Hard Rock Boys were able to hold their opponents to 8 points in the third quarter, while they managed to score 12 points and take a 3-point lead. That third quarter run was led mainly by Raheem Thornton, who scored 8 of those 12 points. The fourth quarter was the Hard Rock Boys' best quarter of the game. They scored 14 points led by none other than Earl Bolo Johnson. A hard-fought game by Boulevard Ballers with some big-time minutes for Jacob Westby. Ultimately, Hard Rock Boys won that game. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com on both our Facebook and YouTube. I'm Elise Gayon Vernon, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.